Hello, friends, fans, and dairy products of all ages. This is Cheese of Ages. Some of you might have been expecting an unboxing video for Shin Megami Tensei 4, but actually I'm going to go ahead and review the latest playtest packet, the August 2013 one that just came out recently. And I know in a previous video I've said that I've lost a lot of my interest in doing the reviews and they would come slowly. But this one I have some particularly strong opinions of, so I'm going to go ahead and voice my opinions. If you follow any of the message boards dedicated to discussing it, or like read the comments in Mike Merles' column on DnD.com, well, wizardsofthecoast.com, the D&D section, you'll know that not a lot of people like this packet. For one, they take out a lot of the stuff that was in the previous packets, like back when they took out specializations for a bit there, and actually they took out specializations they're gone completely. When they were reformatted, they're just gone completely now, and partially I think it's because some of the specializations were now put into subclasses as like knight and stuff like that. They just couldn't think of what to call or do with subclasses, even though they had a good thing going. They reformatted the fighter into gladiator and knight in order to make two different types of fighter, which were pretty much very similar to the Slayer and the Knight of D&D in Essentials to a degree of her. One is like completely and utterly totally simple, and the other one is a little bit more complicated. But the difference is a little bit more pronounced in this. As far as one type goes, there's pretty just automatic options, and then the other one, the Gladiator, has a set of maneuver options. And also they took out a lot of the options that they had for everything and boiled them down to a couple of subclasses when formerly they had more than one option. So you've got like the two types of fighter, and the barbarian that no longer has an unarmored combat option, which pissed off a few people that wanted a Conan-style barbarian. And just generally they took a step back with all the class elements. And one of the things that pissed me off is like one element of the last playtest packet that I noted that brought back a little of my faith in the playtest is that they had kind of snuck in a form of the warlord, as you could take maneuvers as a fighter to be a party teamwork guy and buff your allies rather than just buff yourself. Like, oh, instead of taking this thing to buff my damage, I'll do this thing that'll buff an ally's damage instead. They took that out completely. They took out the one thing in the packet that made me hopeful and looking forward to future expansions of that. You know, basically they took out the warlord from the playtest packet, what little bit of him they'd snuck in, hopefully to refine it and make it a more viable option or something. I don't know why, but they just took out a hell of a lot of options for classes and took a step back. The rogue is still overpowered as fuck, because now sneak attacking is auto crit, and you can maximize all of your sneak attack damage if you strike with advantage and use your sneak attack. So pretty much they're like stomping everything again like they have been for the previous things. They kinda sorted out that whole thing with the assassin not being assassin-like from one of my previous videos by completely eliminating all archetypes except for assassin and scoundrel, and making the assassin actually an assassin. But yeah, all that is well and good. I mind that they took out a lot of the options for the classes, but they're gonna build on those, so that's not a problem. The problem I have with the playtest, the main problem I have with the packet right now, is that skill dice are gone. Sure, that's a good thing, but they didn't put anything else there. They just took out all skill advancement completely, as far as I can tell. If it's in there, please tell me. I would like to be wrong, but for the life of me, I can't find skill advancement anywhere. Aside from like taking a feat that would give you a skill bonus, which I couldn't find that many of, or if any at all. I didn't see any, really. So, yeah. And they really did not tweak the DCs in the How to Play booklet, I mean the DM guidelines, appropriately to handle the new caps, because now you can't boost your attributes over 20, which means you can't, without skill bonuses or skill advancements, you can't roll above a 25 anymore. And that means that every acrobat in a circus has a dex of 20 and rolls a nat 20 every time they do a tightrope walk, because 25 is the DC for walking a tightrope. So the system is telling me that everybody that walks a tightrope professionally in a circus never rolls anything but 20s. And has a dex higher than most adventurers that actually boost their dex and stuff. Yeah, that makes a heck of a lot of sense. And making even more sense is the fact that now that there's not that much difference between the town healer and the town drunk for treating your wounds. You know what the difference is? Proficiency with healing kits, which you can use without proficiency, but the only difference between using a healing kit with and without proficiency is if you're proficient with it, you can roll twice and pick the higher result. So that means, mathematically speaking, there's not a hell of a lot of difference actually. You have a slightly higher percentage chance of getting your wound treated. But mathematically speaking, you could just walk up to a random farmer and say, "Here, attach my arm again," and have pretty much the same chance of him putting your arm back on as the town healer. And there's no difference between somebody that just picked up a first aid course and somebody that's been a professionally, collegiately trained doctor for 50 years. What the hell, Wizards of the Coast? I'm glad you got rid of skill dice, but did you have to leave out its skill advancement completely? And actually, not all skills even exist anymore. Skills are gone. There are no skills. They're just straight ability checks. There's no difference between a rogue that is a rogue that used to be a circus performer and a fighter that's never turned a cartwheel in his life but is a fencer, so he has a real high dex. There's no difference at all. They can both flip equally well. What the hell was the Coast? My faith in your ability to actually perform a playtest properly was shaken when in the last packet you put out classes in a form with the thing, disclaimer saying these aren't complete, they are going to be reworked in the future, this is just for now, deal with it, as basic summary. Now you're like, okay, we're going to eliminate skill die because nobody likes them, and they make no sense. That will be an optional rule. And then don't put anything else in there. You just change skills to proficiencies. Don't actually have a proficiency for every skill, and remove skill advancement completely. Seriously, if you had nothing prepared to fix the skill advancement problems of poorly scaling bonuses, poorly scaled static bonuses, and had nothing prepared to fix the having to scale DCs up as players progress, if you had no solution to that other than skill dice, leave them in there until you come up with something better. Don't completely eliminate the skill system completely and put nothing in there in its place. Proficiencies are not a skill resolution system because they don't even they don't apply anything to skills aside from here's this trick you can do. Why is that the skill system? Why is that your of training? Why is there no level of training anymore? I had a problem with level of training being random from one second to another. Now skill training no longer exists. Seriously. Seriously. Somebody tell me I just missed it, and their poor editing has caused me to not be able to find the rules for skill advancement. Tell me they are not this brain-numbingly stupid. Please, someone tell me. Because from what I can tell, there's no means by which to raise your skill level. And there's no means of getting any solid advancement in this game as far as doing skills. You get no better skill-wise from level to level. I mean, I'm sure it can't be like you apply your attack bonus that applies to proficiency with weapons to proficiencies with skill kits, because that'd make no freaking sense. The fighter would be more skillful than the rogue. Tell me, where is the skill advancement in this playtest packet? Where? Where is it? I can't find it. And if it does exist, okay, well, let's already include me being wrong. And if I'm wrong, this from here onwards will be my opinion of the playtest packet based on me being wrong and there actually being skill advancement in here. Now we're going to completely act like no, the rest of the opinion of the skills and the thing didn't exist. We're just going to start over. Why the hell is it so hard to find the skill advancement? I mean, it's there, sure. Once it was pointed out to me, I was able to find it. But it was buried half deep in this obscurely, poorly laid out position. And not near the DCs or near the skills. In fact, there's no findable skills section. They don't mention the skill advancement in the proficiencies section, where they describe what proficiency with skill kits is. They don't describe it in the how to play section anywhere. I read the thing from stem to stern. Where the heck was it? Why was it so hard to find? It's just continued shitty editing on the part of Wizards of the Coast. It upsets me. And I'm really freaking pissed off at it. Not only do they take out half of the options in the game, take out specialties, after making it where they were completely pointless anyway because they were just conglomerations of feats, they go back on they solve a problem by making a worse one. That's like fixing appendicitis by removing your torso. That's like curing stomach cancer by removing your freaking stomach, your entire stomach, and not putting anything else in there. That's like solving heart disease by taking the heart out and sewing your chest immediately back up. Oh, I'm not being totally fair. That's like, because there's no skill advancement. Yeah, we're back to that. Because I'm pretty damn sure it's not in there. Fixing skill advancement by not having it in the game and replacing it with you can do special tricks with the skill kits. That's like removing the heart and then giving your blood veins the ability to glow in the dark. That's what it's like. You're missing the thing you need for this. I mean, if you wanted to playtest skill kit proficiencies giving extra tricks, you could actually still have that with skills progressing. That's not a skill system. That's skill tricks, like in 4th edition. There are no words. Why? Just brain hurt. Why? Why is there no skill advancement? Why? This is Cheese of Ages sighing off with much brain twisting and agony.